Have you ever wondered why some moments feel timeless? When your mind sharpens, your attention locks in, and the noise of the world seems to fall away. What if I told you that the key to that heightened state of focus isn't hidden in a pill, a productivity hack, or a complicated system, but in something as ancient and ever-present as your own breath, and the invisible currents of vibration that surround and move through you? For thousands of years, mystics, yogis, and seekers of truth have whispered of a secret alliance between breath and vibration. Two forces that, when combined, do more than calm the mind. They awaken it. They ignite it. They tune the human instrument into resonance, like a stringed harp aligning with the music of the cosmos. Modern science has caught glimpses of this truth. Breathing patterns can shift brainwave states, recalibrate the nervous system, and even alter perception itself. Vibration, whether through sound, chant, or the subtle hum of inner awareness, can synchronize brain activity, sharpen mental clarity, and create what ancient sages once called the diamond mind. In this video, we will journey into the hidden power of breath and vibration. You'll discover the forgotten history of how civilizations use these forces to awaken their inner mastery. The deeper philosophy behind why breath is not just air, but spirit, and vibration not just sound, but the pulse of creation itself. The step-by-step technique that will allow you to unlock instant focus, anytime, anywhere. But I must warn you, this is not a surface-level practice. It is an initiation into an ancient secret, a way of tuning yourself into frequencies that few truly understand. By the end of this journey, you may never look at your own breath, or even the silence between sounds the same way again. So, take a deep breath, listen closely, and prepare to unlock the secret.
Across the ancient world, masters of wisdom understood that breath and vibration were far more than physical phenomena. They were bridges between the seen and unseen realms. In the Vedic traditions of India, breath was called prana, the life force itself. Carried on the winds of inhalation and exhalation, the yogis taught that prana was not simply oxygen, but the subtle current of consciousness flowing through every cell, every thought, every spark of awareness. To master the breath was to master the self, but breath alone was only half of the mystery. The ancients paired it with nada, the primordial sound vibration. The sages spoke of the universe beginning not with silence, but with vibration, the resonant hum known as Om. To them, sound was not an effect of creation, it was its cause. And so they chanted, hummed, and vibrated their voices in harmony with their breath, seeking not just focus but union with the very frequency of existence. In Egypt, the priests of the temples practiced controlled breathing with sacred intonations, believing it aligned the human body with the rhythm of the stars. The hieroglyph for breath was the same symbol used for life itself, Ankh. The sound of breath was the sound of eternity, and the resonant chants in the stone temples were not rituals for gods, but technologies for the human soul. The Taoists of China too carried this wisdom. Their practice of Qigong linked slow, deliberate breathing with inner vibration, imagining the body as a vessel of cosmic energy. They believed the right sound combined with the right breath could heal, sharpen the mind, and even extend life. Even in Western traditions, whispers of this secret can be found. The Greek philosopher Pythagoras spoke of the music of the spheres, where the cosmos itself vibrated in harmonic proportion. He taught that by aligning our own inner rhythms through breath and resonance, we could mirror the harmony of the heavens. And if we look deeper, a pattern emerges across cultures, across continents, and across time. Breath and vibration were never mere survival tools. They were keys to unlocking clarity, presence, and mastery over the restless mind. Today, in the noise of modern life, this ancient wisdom has been nearly forgotten. But if we trace the footprints of the mystics, we see the same message etched again and again. When breath and vibration move together, the mind sharpens, the heart steadies, and the spirit awakens. To understand the hidden power of breath and vibration, we must first look at them not as separate forces, but as twin currents flowing through the same river. One shapes the flow of life, the other tunes its frequency, Think of the human being as an instrument, a finely crafted violin. The breath is like the bow, drawing energy across the strings, creating movement and flow. But without vibration, without resonance, the bow would produce no music. Vibration is the sound, the tone, the frequency that gives breath its power. Science has begun to catch up with what the ancients knew. The rhythm of your breathing directly alters your brainwaves. Slow, deep inhalations and exhalations shift the nervous system out of chaos and into coherence, guiding the brain into states of calm alertness. It is no accident that monks, yogis, and meditators spend decades mastering this art. It is the steering wheel of consciousness. Now, when vibration enters, whether through humming, chanting, or simply feeling the subtle hum in your own chest, something extraordinary happens. Vibration acts as a tuning fork, aligning scattered mental activity into harmony. This is not just poetic language. Neuroscientists have observed that rhythmic sound can synchronize neural oscillations, literally pulling the mind into sharper focus. Imagine your awareness as a lamp. Normally, its light scatters, illuminating everything but focusing on nothing. Breath is the switch that stabilizes the power source. Vibration is the lens that gathers the scattered rays into a single piercing beam. When combined, breath and vibration transform the wandering lamp into a laser of attention, capable of cutting through distraction instantly. The sages called this the diamond mind, sharp, unbreakable, and luminous. Through breath, they stilled the waters of the body. Through vibration, they carved clarity into the silence of the mind. Together, they accessed focus not as a fleeting state, but as a doorway to higher awareness. And here lies the secret. Focus is not something you chase. It is something you allow. When breath steadies and vibration aligns, focus emerges naturally, like the still reflection of the moon on a calm lake. In the next part, we will dive even deeper into the subtler mechanics of how vibration moves through the body, how certain tones unlock specific states of mind, and why pairing it with precise breathing can unlock what feels like an instant gateway to higher consciousness. If breath is the carrier of life and vibration the sculptor of awareness, then their union forms a kind of alchemy of consciousness. To see how this works, we need to look more closely at the body itself, not as mere flesh and bone, but as a living temple of resonance. Inside you are subtle channels, what the yogic traditions call nades, the Taoists call meridians, and modern science might liken to neural and energetic pathways. These channels carry not only electrical signals and hormones, but also the subtle currents of prana, or life force. Breath moves through these pathways like wind through hidden tunnels, while vibration awakens them, causing the body to hum at specific frequencies. Consider the simple act of humming. When you hum on an exhale, vibrations ripple through your chest, throat, and skull. Research shows that this stimulates the vagus nerve, the great wandering nerve, that regulates heart rate, mood, and focus. Ancient mystics may not have had microscopes, but they knew through experience that certain sounds instantly shift mental states. The syllable Om, the Tibetan hum, the Sufi hu, all carried frequencies that seemed to awaken clarity and presence. Now combine that with breath. A deep inhale floods the body with oxygen and prana, heightening alertness. The following exhale, shaped into a hum or chant, sends vibration coursing through the nervous system, bringing coherence. The inhale ignites, the exhale refines. Together they create a pulse of energy that sharpens awareness. Think of it like sharpening a blade. Breath is the force of the hand guiding the stone, and vibration is the grind that hones the edge.
One without the other leaves the mind dull or chaotic.
But together, they refine attention into something almost supernatural. Focus that can be summoned at will. And here's where the mystery deepens. Different vibrations create different states of consciousness. A low hum grounds the body, anchoring attention and reducing anxiety. A mid-range tone, such as chanting mantras, balances emotion and thought, centering awareness. A high resonant sound, like a ringing bell or extended vowel, lifts the mind into heightened states of clarity and even transcendence. This is why in sacred traditions, breath was rarely practiced in silence. The monks in Tibetan monasteries didn't just breathe. They chanted. The Sufis didn't just inhale and exhale. They invoked the divine name with each breath. The Yogis didn't simply oxygenate the body. They vibrated it into harmony with universal sound. Modern neuroscience now confirms that this is not superstition. Chanting and toning activate brain regions tied to attention and working memory. while rhythmic breathing balances hemispheric activity. Together they create what scientists call entrainment, the synchronization of the brain's rhythms into a coherent state. So when we speak of instant focus, it is not magic, it is resonance. Knowledge is power, but only when it is embodied. The ancients never intended breath and vibration to remain as lofty concepts. They were meant to be practiced, felt, lived. So now let us move from philosophy into direct experience. Step 1. Preparing the space. Before you begin, set your environment. You don't need a temple, only intention. Sit comfortably, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. If possible, close your eyes. Imagine your body as a sacred instrument, waiting to be tuned. Even a few seconds of stillness primes the nervous system to receive. Step 2. The breath of centering. Start with a simple rhythm. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold gently for a count of 2. Exhale through the nose for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle 5-7 times. This elongation of the exhale begins to quiet the mind, lowering stress hormones and signaling the body that it is safe to focus. You will already feel the fog begin to lift. Step 3. Adding the vibration. Now bring vibration into the breath. On each exhale, hum gently. Don't force the sound, let it roll naturally. A soft mmm that resonates in your chest and skull. Feel the vibration ripple through your body, as if every cell is awakening. This simple humming has been shown to release nitric oxide in the nasal passages, improving oxygen delivery to the brain, literally sharpening focus at a cellular level. Step 4. The sacred tone. Once you feel comfortable, replace the hum with a tone. A universal one is Om. Inhale deeply. Exhale chanting Om in a single steady vibration. Feel how the O vibrates in the chest, while the M settles into the head, aligning body and mind. Repeat this for 3 to 5 breaths. If OM doesn't resonate with you, try a simple Ah, heart opening, or Hu, used in Sufi mysticism to call on the divine presence. Each sound carries its own subtle frequency. Step 5. The fusion. Now we bring it together into a focus-inducing sequence. Inhale deeply through the nose, 4 counts. Hold lightly, 2 counts, gathering awareness. Exhale with vibration, either a hum or a chant, 6 counts. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. What you will notice is remarkable. The chatter of the mind begins to dissolve. Your attention sharpens and a sense of clarity emerges. You are not struggling to focus, it arises naturally. As breath and vibration synchronize your inner rhythms. Tips for mastery. Consistency over intensity. Even 3 minutes daily will rewire your ability to focus. Use it before critical moments. Before a study session, creative work, or an important meeting, spend 2 minutes with this practice and feel the shift. Experiment with sounds. Your body is unique. Some may resonate more with humming, others with OM, others with simple vowel sounds. Notice what creates the clearest focus for you. Combine with intention. Before starting, silently set an intention. I breathe and vibrate into clarity. This aligns the practice with purpose. And remember, this is not about escaping reality but entering it more fully. With each breath and each vibration, you are not merely calming yourself. You are activating the diamond mind, the sharp, luminous state where focus is effortless. Focus is not a trick of the mind, nor a skill reserved for the disciplined few. It is your natural state hidden beneath layers of noise, distraction, and inner turbulence. Breath and vibration are the keys that clear away that fog, returning you to the clarity that has always been within. Across the ages, sages, monks, and mystics discovered this same truth. When the rhythm of breath aligns with the resonance of sound, the human instrument becomes tuned, mind, body, and spirit vibrating in harmony. What appears mystical is, in fact, deeply practical. What feels like a secret is, in truth, the birthright of every human being. In this journey, we've explored how civilizations used breath and vibration as tools for awakening. We've uncovered the philosophy of why these forces matter, not merely as biological processes, but as spiritual technologies. And most importantly, we've given form to practice, a simple, powerful way to unlock instant focus in any moment. Now the invitation is yours. You don't need hours of meditation or complex rituals. All it takes is a few minutes. One conscious inhale, one vibrating exhale repeated with intention. With each breath, with each sound, you are stepping into clarity. So the next time your mind scatters, when distractions pull you away, remember, you already hold the secret. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, chant or vibrate softly, feel the alignment return. Watch as focus sharpens like the blade of a diamond, luminous and unbreakable. This is not just a technique, it is a doorway. A doorway into presence, into mastery, into the untapped brilliance of your own awareness. Take the breath. Find the vibration. Unlock the focus. The secret is already within you.